Welcome everybody to the Latiners Network. My name is Jose and this is my review for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, the seventh in the franchise. One I was very excited for because I love this franchise. I'm a huge fan. I think this is the best action franchise we've ever had. I know earlier this year I reviewed John Wick and that one was about ready to take the crown. I love Part 4, John Wick 4, and I thought it had a chance to surpass Mission Impossible, even as good as it has been. But it was all contingent on how good this seventh one was. And after seeing this one, the crown remains with Mission Impossible. Of course, here we have Ethan Hunt, played by Tom Cruise, returning, of course. Christopher McQuarrie directing his third movie in a row. And you can tell they got a great relationship together. And they really know what this franchise is. And McQuarrie has a great handle on what this franchise should be. This one now we're focusing on, again, another mission, of course, but something a little bit different, though, because there is, you have a villain, of course, played by Esai Morales, but really he's more of a face of the true villain, which is actually something that they refer to as the entity, which is AI. That's what it is, which is, I think, is a nice change of pace. No longer doing the, someone's gonna try to get a nuclear bomb and blow up everything up, which we see in this franchise before, which is fine, no problem with that. But taking a kind of different direction, AI being very relevant in conversations today. So I think it really fits in to where we're at and the possibilities and dangers of AI. And this is an opponent which is one of those, has Ethan Hunt met his match, and it seems like he actually may have. So I love the whole idea behind it. Of course, he's trying to get an object which every country now wants to get because they want to control this new AI that's out there. So, for world domination, if you will, have a leg up on everyone else. So he's trying to prevent that, of course, trying to get this object that could be used to control or destroy this new threat. So it's kind of the layout of the film, right? And, I don't want to give too much about it, but we have all the same returning characters: Simon Pegg, Ving Rhames, Vanessa Kirby comes back in this one, Rebecca Ferguson. So yeah, there's a lot of familiar faces, and that's a good thing. But yeah, man, this one, no doubt, it is great. I love this movie. I really do. I'm not gonna say it's. I don't want to get that knee-jerk reaction and say, "Oh, this is the greatest Mission Impossible." I'm not gonna go that far. I'm gonna see it again, and let things kind of marinate. Right now, gun to my head, I'll think Fallout may be a little bit better. But nonetheless, this is on par with what we've gotten from Mission Impossible, particularly the last 3 or 4 entries in here, where it just seems like it gets better and better and better every time. And this one, that's a high bar to maintain. And then maintain it after a 7th film, that's so hard to do, and it doesn't fall into the trap of going bigger and larger and better and all that stuff. It maintains the course, giving you a cool story, great twist, cool gadgets, and any kind of spy thing. Of course, what this franchise is known for is great, spectacular action set pieces, with great stunts. But of course, the one Tom Cruise is never shy about doing his own stunts here, and has got the big one here is this big motorcycle jump. I saw a lot of behind the scenes on YouTube. You can see videos on it, and the preparation it takes, the hours he puts in, and all that. It's amazing. His dedication to kind of give the audience the most authentic action he could deliver. By doing his own stunts, he does that, and there's no shortage here. And it's, ultimately, man, I'll say that the story can be a little bit complex at times. That might be a negative for some, not for me. But I can see people maybe getting lost in what's going on with the AI, artificial intelligence, and all these players, positioning themselves to take advantage of it. I can see people say that may be a little bit too much, and that's fine. It's not a big knock on the film. Again, not for me. I appreciate that. I like things a little bit more heady. But at its core, though, is the action. The set pieces are fantastic. There's a great little car chase scene. And I think towards the second act of the film, the train sequence at the end of the movie is fantastic. And this movie, which is 2 hours and 40 minutes, the longest one in the franchise, man, the pacing is on point. I never get bored. I never was waiting for that next scene. You kind of just all in on what's going on. You take away maybe after the first 10, 15 minutes, it was a lot of exposition and setup. After that, it just takes off. Even the scenes that don't involve the action has so much tension in it. The stakes are there, and I love that because it just enhances what you're seeing on screen. The action set pieces work because the stakes are there, right? The opponent, in AI or not, is still real, and it's him having to overcome all these odds and things that happen, particularly to one character. It really lays the groundwork for what should be hopefully a great part 2 of this, right? This is part 1 of 2. Keep that in mind. The movie does ends somewhat closed, but it's still open. Obviously, this story is not finished yet, right? Almost what you got with Spider-Verse about last month. But yeah, everything works here. Everything is just, it's so good. It's just so entertaining. At 2:40, it felt like 2 hours, less than that. It just, the time just flew by from one great scene to the next, another great action sequence to the next. Everything really comes together. Tom Cruise, on top of his game, coming off Top Gun, was it last year, 2 years ago? Man, he's just hitting out of the park yet again, and not surprised. It's listen, this is a great franchise, my favorite franchise. Sorry, John Wick, you were close, but you didn't quite make it. But that being said, if you guys are Mission Impossible fans, you will not be disappointed. Where you think it's the best one now, better than Fallout, or whatever the case is, that's always left up to debate. I'm not quite sure yet, but nonetheless, it's fun, exciting, big, heavy stakes. Everything's in this film. I absolutely had a great time with it. I can't wait to see it again. Obviously, it's a high recommend on my behalf. So you guys go check it out. Run to the theaters. See it on IMAX, the biggest screen you can find. Absolutely Adobe. Get the sound. The sound design is fantastic in this film. Nonetheless, if you do check it out, comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. And of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe below and feed money to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.